What's up, Hyperdrivers? I'm back for a long overdue unboxing video. Today I got a helmet that was released on May the 4th. This is the 212th Battalion Clone Trooper Helmet replica by Disney. So since I got back from May the 4th, people have been asking me when I'm going to be doing the video for this one and then also the mouse droid. And it's just been a crazy week with all of the Star Wars releases. I mean, we had May the 4th, May the 5th, Revenge of the 6th, Andor Season 2, 3rd Arc, Tales of the Underworld, and let me not even start on all of the collectibles that we're dropping on all of the stores. So it's like we don't have anything, or now we have just too much. But hey, I'm not complaining. The more Star Wars stuff you can throw at me, the better I am anyway. So today we're gonna take a look at the 212th helmet. I'm gonna unbox it, show you guys what it comes with, and then we're gonna compare it to the 187th helmet that I have. I also own the Commander Gree, but right now I don't know where it is. I'm in the middle of a transition period right now in the collection room, and I'm trying to readjust the display so that I can do a collection room tour for you guys. So right now I think that's in my other storage unit, so I'm gonna have to get to that another day. Tomorrow I'll be dropping the mouse droid video. I know that's one that a lot of people have been asking about, so make sure you tune in tomorrow if you want to check that out. But for now, let's get to this one. So this is the box. It's a very clumsy big box. You know, so if you're deciding to buy this at the park, just keep that in mind, that you're probably gonna wanna go back to the car and drop it off so that you don't have to lug this around all day long. It's because it is a little bit clumsy and bulky. So on the side here, you gotta look at the helmet from the side view. On the back side, it tells you all of the things that it can do. It's got some padding, and I can't remember if it has any electronic sounds or not. It's been a while since I looked at the 187th, so we'll compare that though. On this side, you see the opposite side of the helmet, and then we're back to the front where it says 212th Battalion, General Kenobi's Battalion. This is gonna be cool. All right. A new helmet smell. This looks dope. This looks so cool. Man, this is awesome. All right, so just like with the other helmets, you get this package that has the padding in it. So unlike the Black Series helmets, you get these padding that you can put into the helmet. The Black Series helmets have like this grip that goes around the top of your head. This one here has some stickies that you put on the inside of it, and then you have these pads that you can put in place. All right, and then you get the instructions. Let's see what kind of batteries this guy runs on. All right, so it runs on 3 AAA batteries, and there's a switch on the inside of the helmet. You can get to that right at the very top, and that's where the battery cage is located, right at the very top of the helmet. So this one actually has the batteries installed, I think, because there's a pull tab. So let's pull that out. And then I think you just press this. Hear that? Oh, that's cool.
We are not the enemy. Blast them! Roger that, sir. Cover me! Blast them! We are not the enemy. Roger that, sir. All units, fire at will.
Oh, that's cool. So you have the voiceovers like that, and I think if you switch it to the other side, it has the option for both the voices like that, but then you can also put the helmet on and it should change your voice. Can't do it with the glasses. Oh, this fits pretty good too. I could see perfectly out of it, but I could hear my voice starting to replicate. Let me hold on a second. Let me do this a little better. So I got the microphone out, and it's hard to tell, but you can hear that it's trying to distort my voice. It doesn't do a good job at it. Same thing that it did with the other helmet as well as with the Black Series helmets. But the helmet itself fits really good. It rests right at my nose at the very front, so that could be a little bit uncomfortable. I think I have to add a little bit of padding in just to give it some room at the bridge of my nose. But my eyes line perfectly with the visor, so I could see really well out of this helmet. But I have to say, this thing looks really freaking nice. I absolutely love the weathering that they threw into this one. So You got the yellow stripe here, just like what you have with the 212th helmet. This is Obi-Wan Kenobi's battalion. But it looks like this helmet has been through some stuff. You can see that the black stripe right here has got some scoring on it. It's got this gray undercoating, like the metal is starting to show through the paint. You can actually feel this. This does feel, it has a little bit of a different texture to it than it does the rest of the helmet. And I will say that about all of the score marks that it has. You can feel all of these marks that they put into it. Now, you can see that they got more of that carried down beneath on the chin of the helmet down at the bottom. And same thing here on the sides. I like that it's not even, so it just has like some weathering on this side, but you notice that on this side it's not as heavily weathered. So they did a good job of making it look like it goes all the way around. There's this yellowing here along the edges of this section here. I don't know what to call that, but I like how that came out. So it looks like it's just been through some war, you know. Look at the back part. So you got mud and stuff dug up on it. Now I will say that these weathering marks that they put into it, it looks like it was applied before they put the clear coat. So the gloss kind of carries over it. It would be nice that if that was more of like a matte finish compared to the rest of it, and I think that would make it look a little more realistic. But still, you know, for a $100 helmet, this is really cool. This is the one thing I do like about the Disney helmets. This separates here, so if you got a little bit bigger head and you want to get your head in here, it just opens up and then closes right back. So that's pretty cool. That's a little bit different than the Black Series helmets. And then on the inside, you know, just like I showed you before, it's got a texturing that they put into it, but not a whole lot of detail on the inside of the helmet. All right, let's bring out the 187th and I'll show you the difference between the two of those. All right, so here is the 187th helmet against the 212th helmet. Now, it's the exact same helmet, so there's no difference in the size of the two helmets. They're actually the exact same helmet, just with a different colorway. I will say, just because of all of the different color that this one has, I like the look of the 187th. Still my favorite of these helmets. The 212th is a pretty looking design, but it's, you know, you got that yellow stripe here at the top. The 187th has that purple going on at the very mohawk. You got this teal color going on the side there. You got the stripes here. There's just a lot going on with this helmet's look that I think just makes it look a little bit prettier. It does have some of the same weathering techniques. They both feel kind of the same way. The yellowing here on this side here where the ears are is actually a little more prominent on the 212th. So I like how that came out. And the 212th just looks a lot more dirtier. You know, it looks like it's been through more battles than the 187th. The 187th has a little more cleaner look. You know, it's got few scuff marks going around the whole helmet, but it's not as heavily weathered as this one. Like, you don't have as much of the wear and tear here on this black stripe. You don't have a lot of the weathering at the bottom of the mouth area. This one here is a little cleaner. So, you know, you do have more of a weathered battle damage look on the 212th, which is pretty cool. So this is another solid Clone Trooper helmet from Disney. I think they did a great job on it. It cost $99, I think, with the pass holder discount. I can't remember exactly what the full retail cost on it was. That place was a madhouse, and I knew I wanted to get this, so I kind of just threw it into the bag and just took off. You know, I didn't even bother to look at the receipt when I got it. So, but if you're a fan of the 212th, if you're a fan of Clone Troopers or Kenobi, you know, this is a good one to pick up, especially since Hasbro just dropped the Commander Cody helmet. You know, you can have the troopers and you can have their commander side by side. You know, some would think they had that plan. But yeah, I love this helmet. Let me know what you guys think about this one in the comments below. And until next time, may the force be with you.